The battle is over, and the war-torn space before Captain Elias Riker tells the story of all the pain and sacrifice that came before this moment. As the human reinforcements continue to secure the area, Riker stands at the front of his crew, battered and bruised, but with a fire still burning in his eyes. His ship is barely functioning, but his resolve is stronger than ever. The victory is hard won, and the aftermath of the fight is everywhere. Scorched ships, shattered colonies, and the haunting memories of lost comrades. Yet in the silence after the storm, there's something else. Hope. Riker, though weary, knows what comes next. He gathers his remaining forces for one final message. Standing in front of the battered soldiers and civilians, his voice rings out through the speaker, clear and resolute. We are the underdogs, but we will never be ruled. We may have lost many, but we are still standing. And as long as we stand, we fight. His words echo through the ranks, and the tension of the battle fades as the soldiers raise their heads, their resolve strengthened. The unity that binds them is unbreakable. They may be a small force, but they are not weak. Riker's words fill the soldiers with a renewed sense of purpose, and despite everything they've lost, they feel empowered, ready to face the next battle together. The camera pans across the faces of his crew, each one determined to keep fighting. The war isn't over, but for the first time, hope is stronger than fear. In the background, the visual storytelling speaks volumes. The remains of destroyed ships and cities are stark against the blackness of space, but as the camera pulls back, we see something else. Humanity is rebuilding. Workers are salvaging wreckage, while engineers and soldiers work side by side, determined to fix what was broken. The resilience of the human spirit is symbolized in the slow but steady rebuilding process. Life finds a way, even in the darkest of times. The final moments of the story are a reflection of the ongoing battle between good and evil. Riker and his forces have proven that courage, ingenuity, and unity can overcome even the most advanced and oppressive technological forces. The AI supremacy that once seemed invincible is no match for the strength of humanity's spirit and willpower. The Kvarth, despite their technological superiority, have been pushed back, and humanity has taken a bold stand. Riker's victory, though hard won, sends a clear message. Humanity will not bow down to oppression. As the story closes, Riker's speech lingers in the air, and the camera pulls away from the crew. They are ready to face whatever comes next. The galaxy may be a dark place, but humanity has shown it will never stop fighting for its future. With hope in their hearts and strength in their hands, the humans are ready for the next chapter in their fight for survival. The screen fades to black, leaving the audience with the satisfaction of knowing that this is just the beginning. The story takes a brief pause in the action and shifts back to a time before the battle. Flashback. Earth has been ravaged by alien invaders, the Krethians. These aliens are technologically superior, with AI-controlled warships that can wipe out entire cities in seconds. They use cloaking devices to disappear and reappear out of nowhere, making them nearly impossible to track. Their advanced weapons have already destroyed several planets, and Earth is the next target. Humanity is in a desperate struggle for survival. Every effort to push back the Krethians has failed, and it seems like the aliens will soon conquer Earth. The humans' technology just isn't advanced enough to match the Krethians' power. Earth's military has been devastated, and the people are losing hope. In the middle of this chaos, we're introduced to Captain John Carter. Once one of Earth's greatest fighter pilots, Carter was forced to retire after a devastating loss in battle. His closest friend, Bonner, died in a mission that went horribly wrong, leaving Carter emotionally shattered. The pain of losing Bonner haunted him, and Carter believed he would never fly again. He became a shadow of his former self, unable to cope with the loss. But Earth's military has no choice. With the Krethians closing in and no other options, they reach out to Carter, asking him to return. Despite his personal pain, he is the only pilot capable of facing the alien threat. His reputation as one of the best pilots ever is still fresh in the minds of those who remember him. They know that while machines and AI are powerful, there is one thing they can never replicate: human intuition. And that's what they need to defeat the Krethians. Carter is given a new experimental fighter jet, a cutting-edge machine that blends the best of human and alien technology. The jet is designed to be in sync with Carter's flying instincts. The systems inside the jet can predict his movements and react faster than any ordinary aircraft, allowing him to pull off impossible maneuvers that no machine could anticipate. As Carter climbs into the cockpit for the first time in years, the weight of the world is on his shoulders. Bonner's death still weighs heavily on his mind, and the guilt of losing his best friend eats away at him. But now, Earth's survival depends on him. He takes a deep breath, his fingers gripping the controls. He knows that this is his chance for redemption, not just for himself, but for humanity. As the jet roars to life, Carter begins to focus. He's no longer the broken man he was before. In this cockpit, he feels alive again, and he is determined to prove that human spirit and instinct can defeat even the most advanced alien technology. The fate of Earth lies in his hands. As Captain Carter leads Earth's final assault against the alien Krethian fleet, the tension in the air is palpable. The battle is chaotic, with explosions flashing in every direction. Carter's fighter jet cuts through the battlefield like a lightning bolt, darting between alien warships that are equipped with cloaking technology. Every move he makes seems unpredictable, throwing off the Krethian fleet's entire strategy. Carter performs daring maneuvers, sharp rolls, sudden dives, and impossible loops that no one could predict. The alien warships, built for precision and controlled by AI, struggle to keep up with him. Each time they think they have him locked in their sights, Carter changes course. It's like he's anticipating their every move, but they can't understand how. The Krethian commanders, used to calculating everything with perfect precision, are left confused and frustrated. Their AI systems can't process Carter's chaotic, human style of flying. Meanwhile, Earth's AI is trying to keep up with Carter, but it is no match for his instincts. The AI is designed to predict patterns and calculate the best moves based on data, but it can't keep pace with Carter's ability to act on pure gut feeling. The tension builds as Earth's AI tries to predict his next move, but Carter's unpredictable flying throws it off. Meanwhile, the Krethian fleet's own AI begins to malfunction as it tries to adapt to Carter's chaotic style. Their computers can't comprehend what they're facing. The more they try to counter Carter's moves, the more their systems break down. The humans, relying on their instincts and creativity, are gaining the upper hand. But as the battle intensifies, the emotional weight of the war begins to take its toll on Carter. His team, a small group of elite pilots, is being picked off one by one. Every time a pilot falls, Carter feels it. He's reminded of Bonner, his best friend, who died in the first wave of alien attacks. Bonner's death still haunts him, but it also drives him. Carter fights harder, pushing himself to the limit, knowing that he's not just fighting for survival, he's fighting for the memory of his fallen comrades. The emotional struggles of the battle are real. Each victory against the Krethians comes at a high cost. Carter's team is dwindling, and he knows that they can't keep this up forever. The audience feels the weight of this. Each moment of triumph is shadowed by loss. Carter's realization is painful. No matter how hard they fight, they are losing friends and comrades along the way. The victory is bittersweet. As Carter takes down another enemy ship, he's filled with both triumph and sorrow. The battle is far from over, but the tension is rising, and Carter's emotional burden continues to grow. The audience feels the stakes. Every decision, every move he makes could mean life or death for his team. The rising tension is clear. The battle is becoming not just about defeating the aliens, but about surviving the emotional and physical toll that the war has taken on the humans. As the battle rages on, the Krethians realize they can no longer predict or counter Captain Carter's chaotic flying style. Frustrated and desperate, the alien commanders decide to deploy their ultimate weapon, a terrifying superweapon designed to wipe out entire cities with a single strike. This orbital bombardment device is the Krethians' last chance to crush humanity once and for all. If it fires, Earth will be doomed. The Krethians are counting on it to end the war. The weapon is stationed deep in the heart of the enemy fleet, surrounded by layers of cloaked warships. Carter knows this will be humanity's final test. His team of pilots, exhausted and worn, tries to rally around him. But they all know the stakes. Carter is the only one with the flying instincts needed to reach the superweapon in time. He's the only one who can make the impossible maneuvers needed to navigate through the enemy's defenses. But there's a huge price. Carter has to fly directly into the heart of the enemy fleet. It's a suicide mission. If he fails, Earth's last hope will be gone. His team protests, pleading with him to let them try another way. But Carter knows this is the only option left. The emotional weight of the decision hangs heavy in the air. As the enemy fleet looms closer, Carter thinks of Bonner, his fallen comrade, whose voice echoes in his mind. Bonner had always been the brave one, the one who would never back down. Now, Carter must carry that same courage. The tension reaches a breaking point as Carter leads the charge toward the superweapon. His team follows him, but they know that they're facing almost certain death. As Carter pushes forward, the camera captures the fear and resolve on his face. His heart is pounding, but he knows this is his moment, to save humanity and honor Bonner's memory. As Carter closes in on the superweapon, he's surrounded by alien ships. The sky around him becomes a deadly maze of lasers and explosions. The close-quarters combat that follows is intense and heart-pounding. Carter's jet weaves and dodges, narrowly avoiding blasts that could destroy him in an instant. The tension builds with every near miss, each explosion a reminder of how fragile life is in this battle. The visual storytelling is breathtaking. The fighter jets slicing through the smoke and chaos of war, narrowly dodging laser fire, explosions lighting up the sky as Carter takes on wave after wave of alien ships. The beauty of the jet moving through the vast, deadly battle creates a contrast to the overwhelming danger he faces. Each moment is a mix of adrenaline and desperation. Carter's instincts are pushed to their limit as he fights his way through, determined to reach the superweapon and save Earth. With the superweapon now in sight, Carter's mission becomes even more perilous. Every second counts. The rising stakes are clear. Failure is not an option. The audience feels the urgency as Carter charges forward, prepared to sacrifice everything for Earth's survival. The final battle reaches its peak as Captain Carter pushes his fighter jet to its limits, making a daring move to destroy the Krethians' superweapon. With the enemy fleet closing in, Carter executes a seemingly impossible maneuver. He weaves through the cloaked alien ships, dodging laser blasts, and twisting his jet at unbelievable angles. The sky around him is filled with explosions and enemy fire, but Carter's focus never wavers. His mind is locked on the superweapon, the last line of defense for Earth. As he approaches the heart of the Krethian fleet, the tension builds to an almost unbearable level. Carter sees the superweapon, its massive form looming ahead. It is guarded by layers of cloaked ships, ready to strike at a moment's notice. In a split-second decision, Carter accelerates towards the alien flagship, choosing to crash into it rather than risk missing his target. Time slows as Carter's jet plunges toward the flagship. The camera captures a heart-stopping moment where Carter is mere inches from destruction. With a violent crash, his jet collides with the Krethian flagship, detonating in a fiery explosion that engulfs the superweapon. The shockwave sends alien ships spiraling out of control, and the heart of the Krethian fleet is shattered. The immediate aftermath is chaotic. The Krethian fleet, now disoriented and leaderless, begins to falter. Earth's forces, emboldened by Carter's bravery, take advantage of the confusion and press the attack. The remaining Krethian ships, seeing the destruction of their most powerful weapon, retreat in fear. The Krethian command ship makes a hasty escape, unable to face the unexpected resistance of humanity's unyielding courage. Victory is within reach, and Earth's forces have gained the upper hand. But Carter's triumph is bittersweet. As the dust settles, the camera shifts to Carter standing alone on the tarmac, looking out over the remains of the battlefield. His heart is heavy, knowing that Bonner's sacrifice was a part of this victory. Though the enemy has been defeated, Carter cannot escape the painful reminder that the price of war is always high. He is a hero, but the weight of the lives lost, including Bonner's, will stay with him forever. In a moment of reflection, Carter looks at the sky, realizing that humanity's fight is far from over. The war may have shifted in their favor, but there are more battles to come. The message of the story becomes clear. Even against enemies with overwhelming technology, it is the human spirit, our courage, our unpredictability, and our heart that remains the most powerful weapon of all. The final shot of the movie pulls back to show Earth's fleet in orbit, victorious but battered. The camera focuses on Carter's jet, now flying away from the chaos, slowly gliding against the backdrop of a setting sun. The silhouette of the jet, a symbol of human resilience and determination, stands strong. Earth may have won this battle, but the future is uncertain. The journey of survival continues, and humanity's spirit will endure, no matter the odds.